Hi guys, it's Matsi here again. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. And for new subscribers, welcome. All subscribers, thank you for coming back. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like and share our video, and also comment. I'm always curious and interested to hear what are your thoughts on every topic that we discuss every time we drop a new video. So today I am alone. As you can see, there's no one here. I am literally shooting in our bedroom, and I just thought, you know what, let me come here and just share something with you. So my husband and I recently celebrated our 1 year anniversary, and we challenged ourselves to write 12 things that we thought we have learned, like lessons learned from the past 12 months. And after we did that, we sat down and we each read our 12 things that we've learned from the previous year since we got married. And it was an eye-opener. It was a time of reflection for both of us, and I think it's every now and then it's important that we reflect, and we know where we are, we check in, and we know that we are on the same page. And it also feels good to know that you are on the same page with your partner. If not, we need to then backtrack and look at the things that we need to work on to make sure that we pull each other towards each other, so that we are on the same page. We are building towards one goal. So I just thought, because I spoke to him about it, and I just thought, let me come and share the 12 things that I have learned. I would have loved for him to be here to also share his 12 things, but he was not comfortable, and I respect that. So hopefully, let's cross fingers, because it was a very interesting conversation that we had, so he was like, no babe, for now go ahead, one day hopefully he will come, but he was like, oh, for now please go and do it on your own and share your 12 things, because his 12 things are personal and I need to respect that. So mine are also personal. Obviously, I will not share what I'm not comfortable with sharing as yet. It's still a journey. There's still a lot of things that we are still figuring out. But while we are doing that, it's always amazing to learn. And initially, I had an idea to actually bring a couple that I look up to. And if it was not going to be the couple, it's going to be one of them, which is the woman from the couple. So hopefully I still want them to come to the channel, or her rather. So let's cross fingers that she will come. I feel like she has a lot of wisdom to share with us on relationships, on marriage. So let's cross fingers that that will happen. But yeah, I'm going to share my 12 things. I'll be quick. I hope it's not going to be a 1 hour video, because I'm alone. There's no need for me to talk so much, like I've got a guest here. So I'm going to share my 12 things. And yeah, like I said, it's amazing. It was an eye-opener, and we are going to make it a tradition moving forward. So next year, when we celebrate our 2 year anniversary, we will share the previous 12 things that we have learned, and just pile them up, keep them safe somewhere, because I think it will help us to appreciate each other as and when we grow older in our marriage. So yeah, without wasting any time, let me start. So the first one that I shared with him was that I learned the importance of ongoing counseling to help us adjust in marriage. So, hey guys, hey, adjusting in marriage is tricky. It's not the same as dating. That is a fact. It's not the same as dating. So what happened is before we got married, we went for premarital counseling. And during the premarital counseling, there are a lot of things that we discovered about each other. And we thought, you know what, let's not stop here, but rather continue and do counseling, ongoing counseling. And I think in every guest that came here, we spoke about the importance of counseling. So I don't really preach what we don't do, what I don't do rather. So my husband and I are doing counseling. So so it was very helpful because it also assisted not only in laying the foundation, which was the purpose of premarital counseling, but also to assist us in adjustment, like small things like assisting each other with house chores can be difficult. Small things like needing your own space, because when you are living alone, you are used to your own space. You don't feel crowded by someone else. When you are dating, you see each other there and then you come back to your own space. But now here is this person that is living with you 24/7. Whether you are mad at each other, you must be here. You can't just say, okay, we just fought and I'm leaving. They are here 24/7. So you need to, make it work somehow. So counseling helped us to adjust, to know how each one of us refreshes. My husband is an extroverted person. I'm introverted. So with him, I had to understand that he refreshes by going out and enjoying himself with his friends. Whether he loves to go to the car wash, so he just go to the car wash and refreshes himself that way. That is how he pours his cup, and mine, I get my cup full by just being by myself. Either I'll be catching up on my favorite YouTube channels or whatever that I would have recorded on DSTV, or reading a book or just lazing around. But I love being by myself. That is how I refresh myself. So we had to also understand that and give each other that space. So that is how counseling, that is one of the things, because I don't want to dwell into one point for a long time. So, but that is one of the things that was a highlight from the counseling session that we went to, and we are still going to counseling sessions, because there's still a lot of adjustment that we need to do. And then the second one, I learned the importance of knowing your childhood traumas and working through them, as they play a huge role in how you behave towards your partner. So, hey guys, childhood traumas. I think we need a different segment to talk about childhood traumas. I will not dwell much on my childhood trauma because I'm still on a healing journey. So I don't think I should come here and talk about something that I'm still healing on. However, what I've seen is, if you don't, and that's what I've learned from counseling as well. I did not know my childhood traumas until we started premarital counseling, and that is when I discovered that, hold on, this is actually an issue from childhood. Hence, this is how I am behaving towards my husband now. So yeah, and he also has his own childhood traumas that in turn make him to behave the way he's behaving. So we had to be aware of that. Self-awareness is everything. It's important. If you are not aware, there is no way that you can deal with that situation. So we had to be aware of our childhood traumas, and we had to, because if you are aware, then you do better, and in knowing your childhood trauma give room for grace, for your partner to show you more grace, and vice versa. But that does not mean you must also own up and say, get childhood trauma, this is how I'm going to behave, because that is how I was. And actually, I remember as I was driving, the Holy Spirit was like, okay, you've discovered your childhood trauma, so what now? Because now we need to heal and let it go. You can't own it and make it, yes, it's my childhood trauma, but I should not internalize it and make excuses for my behavior, so with me being aware, it makes me to behave better towards my husband, to give him more grace, because I know that actually this is a trigger, so yeah, so it's important to know your childhood traumas, guys. I believe everyone has a childhood trauma. So it's important to know your childhood trauma. And then number 3, God brings a partner that will expose or is a reflection. So that a partner that will expose your issues or is a reflection of issues that you need to work on about yourself. And I think this is also linked to childhood traumas. I think I'll make an example. I always thought that I'm open and I'm able to address issues until I met my husband. Hey guys, hey. Sometimes I will just want to, bottle things up and I make my own conclusions in my head. So my husband is the one that would want us to sit down and talk about things, put them on the table and talk about things. And I did not know that it was an issue until I met him and until we learned, and he was like, no, that is not how we're going to do things. We are going to talk about this. I was one person that wouldn't mind to spend a week without talking to you if I am mad at you. And he's one person that, no, I refuse to live in such an environment. We are going to talk about this and sort it out here and there. And now, yes, he will give me my space for me to deal with it on my own. However, a time to come and talk about it cannot be avoided. We always have to talk about things. So that is one of the things that I can think of from the top of my head, that I think, God always sends a partner that will help you to reflect on issues that you need to deal with. Because half of the time, the way we act or react, it has nothing to do with the next person. It has everything to do with you and how you interpret things. And then the next one, you can't force things on your partner. It is their decision to change. You can only pray for them. Hey, this one. Eh? So guys, in as much as it's hard to, and it was hard for me to, and it's still hard, for me to learn. This was a hard lesson for me to take, because you will try, but nothing is ever gonna change until the person decides, Bona, that it's time to change. And I learned that the hard way, and I'm one that I've always combined that with prayer. I've always tried to but combine it with prayer. But now I'm at a place where I'll be like, okay, this is frustrating for me. Yes, I'll address it. It's not that everything we don't talk and then you just I'll pray about it. It's important to address issues when you have issues with your partner. So I would address it, and then I'll just pray about it. And I think prayer for me, it centers me. It helps me to understand that this is this human being that you are dealing with. It's God's human being. He was not designed by me. He was not created by me, and I can't control him. And that's what I do. I'll go to God and say, "Hey, Kiyo, how? Please deal with him. I can't handle this." But also God gives you the strength to handle, because once you go to him, he would also empower you with the strength to handle what you think you could not handle, to deal with it in a different manner. So yeah, so for me, accept that you can't change. That's what I had to accept, that I can't change my husband. It can only be God when the time is right. And sometimes God like I said, some things is just a reflection of you. So sometimes God does not change the person, He changes you on how you deal with the situation, on how you see the situation. So, yeah, that's what I had to learn. And then the next one, love language changes based on the dynamics. My love language now includes acts of service and words of affirmation, which never used to be. I know we once did the love language test. Please Google it, guys, or buy the book. I can't remember, is it Gary Chapman or somebody, but you need to buy the book about 5 languages of love. And it's important to understand the love language of your partner. So I remember my husband and I, while we were still dating, we did the love language test. And on top of the list, his love language was words of affirmation and acts of service. Yeah. And then mine was quality time. And then it was acts of service. So I think there are 5 love languages. I hope I remember all of them. I know that it's quality time, it's words of affirmation, it's acts of service, it's I forgot the other two. I forgot the other two. But anyway, so for me, my love language was quality time. Yeah, like I said, it was quality time, and the others would follow. But now, since we got married, they changed, like in terms of priority. Now it's acts of service. I appreciate it when he is considerate of me. He's considerate of the fact that I can't get home, and when are you knocked off early, but the dishes didn't simola, like, no, we need to clean the house. You need to tidy up after yourself, and that is how we need to live. So, because for me, how do I then spend quality time with you in a dirty house? How do we then spend quality time when my mind is overworking, thinking of the next thing that I need to do? Because house chores can be overwhelming, guys. If you are able to get a helper, you afford one, do that, because it also solves a lot of issues in the household, and it brings peace, Jay. So yeah, so now it's acts of service, and I had to communicate that to him, to say, babe, I'd really appreciate if you do 1, 2, 3. And he did that. I'm gonna give him credit for that. He has changed. He's considerate. When he knocks off early, he will clean, he will do the dishes. Sometimes he would cook, because my work is so demanding that sometimes I get home very late and I'm even tired to cook. So when he sees that by this time I'm not home, he would then start cooking, So those are the things that I really, really appreciate. And it's acts of service, like I said, and then it's words of affirmation. So this year, I made a promise to myself that I'm going to follow my passions, and it hasn't been an easy journey. It's scary, like doing this YouTube channel. It's still scary for me. I'm really outside my comfort zone. So I appreciate my partner when he can see that ish Motaka, like, she's trying her best, and just say, baby, you're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You need your partner to be your number one fan, to be the one that has your back throughout. So I wanted and I needed that from him, and I communicated that with him, and he has been doing that. So then there's quality time. It's so funny that quality time is number 3. But like I said, for me, it depends on the season that I'm in. So currently, in the season that I'm in, acts of service, and then it's words of affirmation, then it's quality time. That is in that order. That is what my love languages look like. So that is what I learned. And then the next one I'm lost. Okay, I'm on number 6. The next one, the importance of communication, even if it is uncomfortable. Guys, I cannot stress the importance of communicating. Our partners are not psychic, ne? And we are also not psychic. So it's hard sometimes, and especially like I'm saying, it can be very uncomfortable, but it's very important to communicate. It's very, very important to communicate. And half of the time, you find that we are stressing ourselves out because of assumptions, and I remember I was listening to a podcast by Tim Ross, The Basement. You must check it out on YouTube. It's a good Christian faith-based podcast, and he was talking about marriage. This episode that he was talking about marriage. There's this guy that came to him and he was about to get married, so he was basically highlighting things to consider. And one of the things that he said was that one of the killers of marriage is unexpected. It's uncommunicated expectation. Uncommunicated expectation. And if you communicate your expectations, I tell you, it solves a lot of problems. It makes a lot of things easier, easier, so much easier. So that's what I had to learn. Like I said earlier, I'm one that if I am not happy with something, I would stay in my corner, make my own assumptions, and ke tlalelane, ke gafe. When I best, I'll tell you off. But I had to mature and grow from that, because from telling you off, I end up saying wrong things that I can't take back. So that was always my issue, that after Mogiro, I matzie mola, hey, ke flopile, ke wrong. And it's things that you've said, you can't take them back. Your husband has already received them, and it's bad, So I had to make sure that, yes, I will still, because other people can communicate there and there to say, I don't like 1, 2, 3. I'm one to be in my own corner and analyze and analyze the situation. And then after analyzing, I would come and say, calm myself down as well, and then come to you and say, I did not like 1, 2, 3, so whichever way that works for you, but ultimately you need to communicate. And then the next one, I have also learned to control my tongue, and I'm still learning it. Like I said, especially when I'm mad, I would say vile things, and at the end of the day, you need to apologize, because they always say that a man's heart, or matters of the heart, when they are angry and when they are drunk. I suppose others, but when they are drunk. But when a person is really angry, that is when you know how they really, really feel about you. So so you need, I had to do that. I had to control my tongue, because you can either build or break your marriage with your tongue. So I had to learn that, and I'm still learning it. I'm still, a lot of things are still a learning journey for me, and this is still one of it. I still had to. I'm still learning to to communicate with my partner, and to watch what I say when I communicate. And then timing. I had to learn timing. Know the right timing to address issues, because my husband does not like us to address issues in the morning. And when we were talking about it, even when we were going through our list, he was like, honestly, I'd really appreciate you. Like, if it's a burning issue, just said, I was not happy with 1, 2, 3. Please think about it. And then we can talk about it later. And he said for him, it also assist you to to analyze and to think about it, so that by the time we talk, the emotions are controlled. No one is angry, no one raises their voice and so forth, no one feels attacked. So Lina, I had to learn that, because sometimes, hey guys, get hectic. Like, hey, whoa, hectic. My poor husband. So sometimes I would just say, hey, so I'm like, oh yeah, but and then he retaliates, he's mad because the timing is wrong, and then we don't get anything resolved. So so I had to learn, like, in as much as it can be a burning issue, I know that by me talking to him or wanting to address it in the morning, it's not going to solve anything, because he'll be irritable, and then we don't solve anything. We end up fighting. No one listens to the other. So I had to learn the timing that suits him for us to address issues. And I'm still learning that as well. And then this one, I already spoke about it. Communicate my expectations and not bottle things inside. So this one, I've already touched on it. And then number 10, it's important to talk about money and plan allocation of that money together. Guys, it's very important. It's so automatic that when you are used to owning your life and doing things your way, automatically you continue to do that. But when you get married, they must not lie to you, guys. When you get married, there's nothing that is yours, especially when it comes to money, because how you guys deal with money issues can either make or break your marriage. And money is important, guys. Money builds a legacy. Money can also bring get you into debts that will take you 10 steps backwards. So it's very important. You can't just, for us, I'm not a marriage expert, I'm talking about our experiences, but for us, it was a challenge, and it's something that we had to talk about, to say, hold on, yes, it's your money, you just got paid, or you hustled and this is what you got. However, we come sit down and say, this is what I've got. And when it's salary, like when we started, excuse me, when we started earlier in our marriage, we had to do a budget and know how much is the other earning, and then who's paying for what. We allocate bills, it's clear. And then once the bills are done, are paid, then you can spend your money, with whatever, buying yourself entertainment, miscellaneous things and whatever. You can spend your money as long as we've allocated the money, we've put the money into our savings account, investments, and we've paid the bills, and then we can then spend the money. So that is the agreement in our household, and it's very important to have an agreement and not have assumptions. And also, when there's extra cash, it's important to put it in the table and say, here's extra cash, how do we allocate it? Because you know that with your month to month salary, most of the money goes to paying bills. And when you have extra cash, it goes to, well, for me, it will then buy things that I can't really buy with normal salary. So then we would then decide as a team to say, this is how we need to work, or we are saving for a vacation or whatever. But whatever that we decide, it has to be together, guys. So that is what I have learned, and we are still learning it, because it takes a lot, guys. Like I said, when you have you are used to doing things on your own. You own your own time, you own your money, you own your assets and everything. It's so difficult to adjust to now, because you now feel like you've lost your control, especially for men, because men likes to be in control. So now it's like, and that's how my husband used to feel. But we had to talk about it, and he understands why it's important for us to plan and allocate our money together. And then number 11, you need people in your life that you can both trust with your issues, and they can be honest with you. Hey, yeah. Firstly, counseling, yes. You need to go to counseling. However, remember, counseling is a paid service. So sometimes there are issues that are burning and you need someone to talk to now. It's important to have people that you can trust. Number one is trust. And I've got trust issues, guys. I don't open up to just anyone. I don't want people that I will come and tell you my marital issues and then you go and tell someone else, or your intentions are not good. Your intentions are not for us, because you need people that will build and not destroy. Their intentions are good and their intentions are to build. And also, if you're a believer, you need someone that their frame of reference is from, Christianity. It's from what God wants us to handle issues. Because hey, you can get advices from everywhere. Not every good advice is good for you. So frame of reference for me, it's important. And as well as a person that it can be a couple, it can be a person that we can trust, and a person that we will both listen to, a person that can call us to order, both of us. It can't be a person that will choose sides. It can't be a person that my husband can be comfortable talking to, but I can't be comfortable talking to them. I'm not comfortable talking to them. So it has to be someone that we both know, and we both trust, and we both are able to speak honestly and vulnerable with them about whatever issue that we have, and they are able to come and call me into order if I'm at fault, or my husband if he's at fault. It can't be a person that is one-sided. They have to always be a mediator, to always be fair, and to tell the truth as it is. So it's important to have those people in your life, because yes, guys, we pray, but also we need a community. We belong in a community for a reason. So that is why we need to pray for such people, because God at the end of the day knows the intentions and the heart of his people. So sometimes when now you will see how people handle, and people show us what they want to show us. So you will see a couple that looks happy, and we admire how they treat each other. Kanti backdoors, kunzima. And those are not people that God wants for them to pour into your marriage. So for me, I had to learn that it can't always be prayer. It's always prayer, but it's coupled with people that can pour into you, people that can bring you guys together, people that their intentions are always about fixing and not breaking us up. So yeah, that's what I've learned. And last one, I love my husband. It's okay to love my husband, and it's okay that sometimes I can't stand him. Like, it's normal in marriage. Like, hey, today you can love a person, ufilo karona le di butterflies o monate mo lenyalong. Kasani, you can't stand them. You want to pack up your bags and leave. Like you can't do it. You feel suffocated. You feel like, did I make the right choice and whatnot? For me, I had to learn that it's normal. I had to learn that it's normal, and it's part of unlearning and learning each other. It's part of peeling off all these things that are sort of like a struggle between the two of us to, to die for self, to die for one another. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I think so. You need to die. you like yourself need to die so that you are selfless to your partner. Yeah, something like that. But I hope you get what I'm saying. So anyway, guys, those are my 12 things that I have learned from the previous year of marriage. And please, whatever that I've said, put it in the context that I'm coming from. And I'm not a marriage expert. And I was sharing our experiences, well, my experiences, because my husband's, they are in that book, but I was sharing my experiences and what I've learned, and it might not work for you, it might work for you, that's fine. I was just here to share, and I hope it has helped you. If not, that's okay. If it's going to help you next year, that's fine. But please, please, please share your lessons as well. If you are married, or you are planning to get married, or just share any lesson that you think it's important to keep the marriage going. Share in your comments below. Would really, really love to hear from you and what you think. But other than that, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to comment and to share this video, like this video. I appreciate you. See you on our next video. Bye.